It's Monday. It's Mark Pires. And it's Real Talk.
I was walking down the road today, looking for another way
to ease my mind
and help my living.
It's Real Talk. It's the daily variety show, Mark Pires Real Talk. I'm here to help you make smarter moves, to amplify your current state. And I'm here with you. I'm here with you again for day 350 in a row of the Mark Pires Real Talk show. 350 days in a row? I mean, I'm trying to remember the last time I did anything 350 days in a row that wasn't like taking a shower, brushing teeth, going and getting in the car and driving someplace. Like even that, everybody takes a day off. Oh, I'm not going to go to work today. But for 350 days, I've been here with you. And we've covered so much. And I was thinking about this today. I think what I'm going to do for day one of year two, which is only 15 days away, is I'm going to actually do for the first 2 or 3 days of year two, the same topics I did year one. Day 1, 2, and 3, I'm going to do over again. And I may do that every year. The same topic, I'll rerun them the following year and see how it goes. Because I have different perspective a year later, right? I mean, I'm not going to go every single episode through the year and just kind of recreate them next year. It's going to be a new show every day, just like it's been, and it's funny. I met a guy today and we were talking about how everything in life evolves. You start in one position and before you know it, you're somewhere completely different. Pashi and Photography Belmont. You guys are the best. Listen, I do have the audio a little better today for you, but please head over to YouTube. Just subscribe and ding the bell over there because you'll get a notification every time I go live. Now, when you're on Instagram, it tells you, it says, hey, Mark's on. But if you're not on Instagram, you're not live on Instagram in the moment, it doesn't inform you. But I will get a notification from YouTube at some point that just says, hey, Mark is live. And like even right now on Facebook, I can see myself live. So we're rolling here, guys. Day 350 in a row. And I just don't know where we're going to go with tomorrow's episode. I don't know where we're going to go with today's episode. But we're going to roll into it. I got a few news stories for you. I had a pretty action-packed weekend. I told you guys, this real estate market has been surprisingly busy. It's kind of common knowledge this time of year where things just get slow. Sellers want to take their homes off the market. Everyone gets into that holiday season, the fever of just family and relaxation. So it's fewer buyers, and you have sellers who really want to take that time off. But this year, it's different. I see buyer activity when you wouldn't expect it. This past weekend, I had 7 people at that open house, the new listing I just put on the market. 7 real candidates that are ready to pull the trigger at any moment if they see the right opportunity. I got to hear the scream. Woo-hoo! That's right. If you guys don't know what that is, that's Matt Zabrowski. So I recorded my last album to date was in 2006, and this is why I have to get an album released in the next 14 days. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I have the music. It's not like I don't have the content. I just haven't had the time to lay it out. But I'm going to do that in the next 2 weeks. I got to get this album out. But I recorded this album, and I had to hire a drummer. I didn't have a drummer. I didn't have the beat seat. I hadn't invented that yet. So I remember I'm laying out the plan for the studio, and the engineer, he goes, who's your drummer? I was like, I don't have a drummer. I'm a live looper. I smack on my guitar. I beatbox while I'm playing, so I don't have a drummer. He goes, I got a guy. I got this guy Zabrowski. I was like, what? I got Zabrowski. Zabrowski's an animal. It's like, bring Zabrowski in. Let's make it happen. So we get Zabrowski into the studio, and it's kind of a crazy thing because I never met this guy. I'm sitting down with him to show him this music, to see what he can do. I'm hoping that he can perform and lay out what I need him to in order to put this, this album where I wanted to. In my mind, I had this vision of what we were going to get. This is what we did. Now that's Zabrowski right there. And you could just feel he was just into the music. He was vibing. He was vibing on the music. And when you get somebody who's there, where they're actually enjoying it, then that's what you're looking for. You're looking for the connection of enjoyment. If you're playing with a musician and you're not enjoying it, that's a problem. Because if you're not enjoying it, the crowd is not enjoying it. Crowd can see the energy on the stage. It feels the energy on the stage. My wife and I went to Nashville for the NAMM, Summer NAMM this year, and we saw these 3 musicians playing, and you could tell they weren't doing it for the money. They were doing it for the love of the music. And there was a connection. It was like this brother, sister, like weird familial connection that they had on that stage, and we could feel it. And I don't know if those guys will go anywhere, but I'm just saying, like, that is what you're looking for, is a connection like that in life. Friends, call me Jay. What's going on, Jay? You're my friend for sure. We're here day 350 in a row. Jay, I'm going to ask you, like I asked Pashi and like I asked Photography Belmont, head over to YouTube. Just type in Mark Pires Real Talk over there. Subscribe and ding the bell. It's where the show sounds best. It looks best. Right now, I'm filming my laptop so you guys can see when I do stuff like this. I'm going to put my signature onto the screen. And Akbar! Hey, buddy! Glad to see you on. Akbar, I don't know if you still haven't checked out, we were just talking about this, YouTube. That's where the show is going. And I'm looking to gather everybody on the YouTube channel at once. I want to see some chat coming through. I don't have a chat yet, coming through on YouTube or Facebook. So if you guys have any comments, you have anything you want to talk about, or if you just want to say, hey, good job going 350 days in a row, buddy. That's cool. I appreciate that. I'm not doing it for that. I'm not doing it so I can have someone say, hey, good job, buddy. I'm doing it because this world needs more positivity. This world needs more people doing what I'm doing. And you know what's interesting? I'm starting to see a lot more people doing it. I'm just starting to see more people out vlogging and just putting their perspective out there, being a little more open with their emotions. And I say, bravo. Because that's what we want, guys. We want you to come out of that shell. Come out of that shell. It's the only way you find that person that really is within you. You're just walking around a mask of yourself. You're just walking around like a partial version of who you really are. You're like 30% of the true version of you. Like the only thing that people see is not you. They're like, oh, I see. Look, there's Mark. I'm like, yeah, but that's not Mark. You see the shell. Inside, there's something completely different. And I think that we all have that. And, you know, I think there's an interesting thing. A lot of people are afraid to dig within and to kind of really ask some difficult questions. It may be a scary thing to know the answers to all the questions that you're really looking for answers to. But I like searching. I like finding out what I like and what I don't like. And I love sharing it with you guys here. I'm going to keep doing it. So who's joining me on YouTube? You come on. I'm seeing you still over here on Insta, which again, I love that you're on with me. But YouTube sounds better. And right now I put the audio on. So there is a mic. It's going to sound a little better than usual today, but it definitely looks a little budget. You know, it's like HD of a laptop. Great. And it's slow. That's the other thing. I just realized that. It comes through a little slower on the screen here. So if you're watching it. Can you speak Persian? Shalom. Hello, chatore. That's all I know. So my best friend in high school is Iranian. And he taught me how to say shalom, hello, chatore. But then he, on top of that, told me a couple of bad things that were not nice to say. I don't remember those. I probably do, but it's not good to say. But he would only teach me bad things, and then I did want to know how I say, hello, how are you? So, shalom, hello, chatore. And I don't know how I still remember that. Oh, thank you, Akbar. I really appreciate you spreading the word. Akbar's been spreading the word to his students in Iran. Phil, my buddy Phil just liked the video. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you being on with me. Maybe that's who Phil I see here. See, I could see when people pop on in the chat window, but it doesn't say anything unless you say something. Now, I don't know if it's working today because I haven't seen anything coming through the chat window yet. Maybe Phil will send a note and we'll see if it actually is working or not. But I haven't seen any chats. It's a weird thing, this broadcasting software that I'm working with. Sometimes it works and sometimes it's a bit quirky. So, look, it's every day it's a different show. I figured out the streaming issues, and now I'm an hour late. I met with the guy this afternoon from Altice. I got to go back to Optimum, guys. We're at Optimum when I'm in my studio. Super smooth. I don't have any slowdowns on the stream. But, Phil, there it is. Yes, I did get a haircut for day 350 in a row. It actually coincidentally, today I'm getting my haircut, and it happens to be day 350 in a row. So, yes, I got them all cut, and I'm feeling a little lighter, And it's always a weird thing when you cut your hair short going into the winter time, because it's cold out there. I have to be wearing my hat a lot more. I think that's what you're going to see, is me wearing my hat a lot more. So my people on Insta, have you followed and subscribed yet on YouTube? Because if you have not, just head over to YouTube, type in Mark Pires Real Talk, subscribe and ding the bell. Because when I go over to this, you're going to want to be watching on YouTube because it just sounds so much better. And so basically 350 days, guys, we started this not with the intention of going live every day for the rest of my life. I just wanted to come out here and just remind everybody I'm a real estate agent. And then one thing leads to another. And someone says, you can't do this every day. And I said, yes, I can. They said, no, you can't. No one wants to see. I said, I don't care what anybody wants. I'm going. I'm doing it. And you know what? I am just having so much fun. And there's a story I'm going to share with you guys today in the news that is going to blow your mind. And it is everything. It ties into everything that we're doing here with Real Talk. I talk to you guys often about gratitude and how in your lowest moments in life, when you feel at your worst, it's still not as bad as it could be, first of all. But secondly, and it's a weird thing to think about, but one day you'll look back with gratitude that you stuck with it and you didn't give in. And you shook yourself off and you got up and you kept going. That built your character even more. Don't give in. There's another story today we're going to talk about. Hillary Heyman shared over on Facebook. I want to thank Hillary for it. And it's about a new suicide prevention line that's now it's being brought into existence. So people, if they're really feeling at their lowest and they feel like there's not going to be another moment, they need to just end it. You can call almost like a 911, and you can call and you can get someone on the line. You can get someone who will give you some real talk. And I've always said this to you guys. I'm here. Don't ever feel like there isn't a tomorrow, or I don't want to see tomorrow, or let's just end it now. If you are ever struggling with that thought, please contact me. Please DM. Please call me. I'm here for you. I don't want anybody to ever think that this is the end. We don't get a lot of days, guys. Something I reflected on, I think I was thinking about this as I was laying down and going to sleep. I was like, I don't want to be morbid. I don't want to think about death. I don't. But the reality is every single one of us on this planet is one day closer to our death. Every single day. What do you do with that information? Get to it. Act. Get up and go. We're one day closer to our eventual fate. And it's not one none of us want that fate. If we know it's coming, we have a finite amount of days. Our heart can only beat so many times. You got to keep that thought in the forefront. You can't let it go to the wayside. Oh, Mike, thank you so much. Mike said it's 211, and I'm going to bring that story up. It probably says it in the story. I want to tell you guys something pretty funny here. So every day, we've been doing the news now for about 3 weeks. Do you guys realize I don't read these stories like when I read them to you? I get the byline, and I'm like, this is a good one for everybody to hear about. I'm like, yeah, FCC approves plan for 3-digit number for suicide prevention. That's the story. And I copy and paste it into the window here. So when we get to it afterwards, the story pops up. And then the first time I read it is when I open it up and read it to you guys. It's called sight reading. You know, when I was an actor, when I was 18, 19 years old, my favorite thing to do would be give me a script that I've never seen and just let me go. I just want to take it and run with it and see what comes out. Yeah, every once in a while you read something and you're like, ooh, I didn't realize it was that type of scene. But typically you're reading and bringing emotion into the words in real time. You're letting the words take you where they're meant to take you. So when I read a story like this and I read it to you later, it's fresh to me and it's fresh to you. So yeah, sometimes maybe I'm stuttering on a word or stumbling on a word or two because I have not read this story. I'm sharing it with you for the first time. So keep that in mind and just don't be so rough on me if I'm having trouble getting the words out on one of these stories. With that in mind, why don't we get to the news? What do you guys think? How do you say? Here we go. I got something for you guys here. Look, like I said, a lot of people do not like Tiger Woods right now because of his personal life. You know, look, nobody should ever be unfaithful. And I think the problem is, here's what we deal with. The celebrity level, people throw themselves at these celebrities. Literally throw themselves at them. And so in a way, look, it happened and you got to let people come back from their mistakes. Hopefully he's repented on that and he's moved forward. But the guy is an animal when it comes to playing golf. And even though he's at his, the tail end of his prime, he's out there destroying. So he is the captain of the President's Cup. And I just got to tell you something. So I'm watching a couple, like maybe 15, 20 minutes of this yesterday, and I hear them say that anybody who's gone into Sunday they've never won if they've gone in tailing or in the, whoever's in the lead always wins. That's the bottom line, okay? They go in on Sunday and the U.S. is behind. Let me just read you this little story here. So Tiger said this little thing. Abe wanted it, he got it. So this guy, Abraham Answer, I haven't even seen this guy yet, but apparently he's a phenomenal golfer. He's in the European side. And he said a few weeks ago, I want to play against Tiger Woods. So let me read this story to you because he got slammed by Tiger yesterday. Abraham Answer said at last month's Mayakoba Golf Classic that he wished to play Tiger Woods at the President's Cup. It seemed innocent enough at the time. I would like to play against Tiger Woods, Answer said then. But the truth is that our objective is to do everything we can to win. Winning a match in the singles would be very special, so we need to try to get the cup. Saturday night, Els put Answer out first in a singles lineup, and Woods responded by putting himself up against the 28-year-old from Mexico. Woods defeated Answer 3-2 Sunday in the first singles match and was asked afterwards if he was aware of the comments. Abe wanted it, he got it, Woods laughed. Turns out, Answer says the original quote was lost in translation. First of all, the question was in Spanish, so the tone when I said it was never like a cocky or challenging way. At the moment, I thought it would be a great experience, which it was. No matter what, with the outcomes of the match, I would have gained a lot. The match with Woods was back and forth through 8 holes, but Woods won the 9th and 10th holes with birdies to move up by 2, and I think that was the end of it, guys. But the bottom line is, you can't beat Tiger Woods. You got a 28-year-old up against an old man, and he just destroyed him, 3-2. I don't know what the heck 3-2 means, but he won. Let's see, we got Crosses on. What's up, buddy? All right, we're going to get to these two stories here, and then we'll get to the ones we were just discussing. So, the whole theory, let me see if I can fix this for you, sorry. The whole theory out there is that dinosaurs disappeared. They're extinct because of the Big Bang or whatever. Not the Big Bang, but a meteor dropped itself on this planet. Little Mark, what's up, buddy? But realistically, what they're saying is it was a huge volcanic eruption in India that may have killed off all the dinosaurs. Huge volcanic eruptions in India may have helped wipe out the dinosaurs, new research suggests. So this is interesting because we all, again, we're taught things in school, and then as we go, they're like, oh, I guess we were wrong. It's widely accepted that a giant asteroid hitting Earth is what spelled the end of the dinosaurs. But new research has suggested that massive volcanic eruptions in the Deccan Traps province of India, lasting 1 million years, may have also played a role in the great lizard's extinction. 1 million year volcano eruption? What? How do you even know? Like, how do they know it was 1 million years, guys? Nobody was around. Oh, we saw it in the rings in that tree over there. Yeah, he did not. Let's see what else they got over here. Scientists analyzed fossil marine mollusks, including oysters and clams. Oh, so they do have a reasoning here. This is what happens when you don't read the story. Let's see. They analyzed fossil marine mollusks, oysters, clams from around the world, and found that they appear to show signs of sudden warming and elevated mercury concentrations. Volcanoes are the largest natural source of mercury entering the atmosphere, they said. So I guess this is basically pointing us in a new direction, guys. That's all I got for you. But we had to bring it up. It's a science story. I love science, as you know. Uh-oh, something happened here. This is a really cool story, and I'm really excited about this. So, oh, this is the wrong one. You guys are seeing this one. Okay. So the FCC approves plan for a 3-digit suicide prevention number similar to 911. Now, Mike says that it is 211, which is great, because that's easy for people to remember. It's a lesson you learn as early as grade school. If you find yourself injured, threatened, or otherwise in harm's way, just break out your phone and dial a simple 3-digit number, 911. After more than 5 decades, the 911 emergency call system has become so memorable and ubiquitously known. I can't believe I said that quickly. It even has its own network TV adaptation. But what if the danger is rooted less in the physical and more in one's mental health? On Thursday, the Federal Communications Commission unanimously voted to proceed with a proposal to set up a new hotline similar to 911. Only, instead of dialing the police, the number would connect callers to experts in suicide prevention and mental health. The proposed number, 988, would link callers to an already existing network of crisis centers around the country set up by the Department of Health and Human Services. That network, comprised of 163 such call centers around the country, is already accessible. It's 1-800-273-TALK, or you can actually find it online as well. The simplified alternative laid out on Thursday would be a 3-digit phone number. And honestly, guys, yeah, because who's going to remember I'm feeling so depressed and angry and anxious right now. Let me grab my phone and dial 1-800-273-TALK. Like, why is this taking 50 years for them to come up with? Now, I remember in high school, we had this thing. It's called Safe Rides. Do you guys remember this? Does everybody have this? We had this thing called Safe Rides. And you could be out with your friends on the weekend and need a ride, and these people would help. They had an alternative, similar thing, where if you needed somebody to speak to, you could, same thing. There was somebody on call. You could call and just have that conversation with them to kind of take you off the ledge. I'm glad to know that there are 163 call centers around the country that are doing this. Again, if you do need assistance, it's 1-800-273-TALK, or you can contact the Real Talk Show if you are really in need. I'm happy to help you in any way I can. And I want to share this final story with you because this puts everything into perspective. This is a wonderful thing that we are finally coming around to. But this is something that we all need to be paying attention to right now. Listen to this. Neuroscience reveals gratitude literally rewires your brain to be happier. When you say thank you, do you really mean it? Or is it just politeness to which you give little attention? Neuroscientists have found that if you really feel it when you say it, you'll be happier and healthier. The regular practice of expressing gratitude is not a new age fad. It's a facet of the human condition that reaps true benefits to those who mean it. Psychologists Dr. Robert Emmons from the University of California at Davis and Dr. Michael McCullough of the University of Miami published a study in 2015 that looked at the physical outcomes of practicing gratitude. 1/3 of the subjects in the study were asked to keep a daily journal of things that happened during the week for which they were grateful. Another third was asked to write down daily irritations or events that had displeased them. The last group of The last third of the group was asked to write down daily situations and events with no emphasis on either positive or negative emotional attachment. At the end of this 10-week study, each group was asked to record how they felt physically and generally about life. The gratitude group reported feeling more optimistic and positive about their lives than the other groups. In addition, the gratitude group was more physically active and reported fewer visits to the doctor than those who wrote only about their negative experiences. That is so telling right there, guys. Better physical health. Other research into the physical effects of gratitude report even more tangible results. Focusing on the positive and feeling grateful can improve your sleep quality and reduce feelings of anxiety and depression. You know, I want to talk about that. I don't sleep much. I talked to you guys about this. I work like a madman. I think it's almost 20 hours a day. Between real estate, real talk, and building beat seats, 18 to 20 hours a day. And it's working the whole time. I'm not sitting around any of it. I'm working. I'm pushing that pendulum, you know what I mean? All the way to the other end. And I'm not waiting for it to come back. I'm keeping it over there. Someone's calling. There's another sales call. I keep getting these sales calls, guys. Let me get you set back up over here. So, but in general, because I come out here to do this with you every day, I have a gratitude for this, for you guys, for you allowing me to show up every day. And I say allowing me to because you could tune into something else. You could choose not to pay attention to this program. That's well within your rights. So I thank you for tuning in with me, because you give me the opportunity to express everything that I need to express. I have this gratitude pouring out of me for this planet, for you, for listening, and for taking these words and sharing them with everybody you know. I'm grateful. Even if I don't think anyone's doing it, I'm grateful for that opportunity to be letting these words out. And I believe because of that, I've reduced all of my feelings of anxiety and depression, and my sleep quality's improved. Yeah, I only sleep 4 hours, but I sleep amazing for those 4 hours. I sleep unbelievably. It's because I don't go to bed with any weight on my shoulders. I don't fall asleep worried about the world because I've done my part that day. I did what I could. I put it all out there. I go to sleep every night saying to myself, I put it all out there today. Can you say that? Can you fall asleep tonight and whisper that to yourself as you close your eyes for the night? I put it all out there today. And if you can't, you got some work to do. Remember, one day closer to our eventuality. And we all know what it is. We don't talk about it. It just hits us one day. All of a sudden, where's Mark? He was on the air for 3,486 days. Where is he? Well, everyone lives and then they don't. There will be a day where I'll no longer be here. That's the reality. So every day I am, I'm putting it out there, guys. I'm putting it all out there. It's a deep moment. So listen, maybe we should get to some music. What do you think? I don't have a Christmas song for you guys today. I don't even know what I'm going to play. I really don't know what I'm going to play for you. Hold on a second. Yeah, there we go. So I got my beat seats out there. You check it out. The one on the left is white oak, and it's got a flame maple snare. The center, it's hard to see right now because I've got the low light sensitivity on for that camera because I don't have much lighting over there. That center beat seat that I'm about to rock out for you guys, that's a mahogany beat seat, and it's got a hickory snare. And that little junior baby beat seat over there on the right, you guys heard that last week. If you downloaded the podcast, you heard this like 10-minute demonstration of me going completely insane on that junior beat seat, and it sounds phenomenal. Whew. I almost want to play it again today. Well, let's get over there and play you guys a song. What do you say? And of course, I don't have a pick with me today, so I guess we'll just have to deal with that. now. How's that working? Get us up here in front. Let's make sure we're working. Can you guys hear that? Check, check. That should be better. All right, there we go. I can hear it a little better now. I gotta do a finger picking tune because I don't have. Can you guys hear the guitar at all? Sorry. Yeah, it's there. Play something that seems kind of Christmassy, even though it's not a Christmas song. Maybe we can make up a Christmas song right now. Should we try that? Let's try that. 9 days to Christmas, 9 ways to miss your... I don't know what I'm doing, guys. This is usually a pick tune, but we'll play it without. Stand on the ground, dancing around, so smooth is the sound when you're around me. It's the way that I feel when I look in your eyes, the way I know everything's gonna be alright. I adore you, I adore you. I know that I've been loving you. I feel like my heart runs away. I will not be afraid. I know my part. I will not be alone. 'Cause I adore you. I adore you. I adore you. I adore you. Stand on the moon,
I'll see you soon. Don't be afraid. My arms are laid down by your side. It's the way that I feel when I look in your eyes. The way I know everything's gonna be alright. I adore you. I adore you. Oh, I adore. Yeah, whoa, 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 whoa. I adore you. And I know that I've been loving you. I feel like my heart runs away, and I will not be afraid. I know my heart. I will not be alone, 'cause I adore you. Yeah, 'cause I adore you. Yeah, yeah. I adore you. I adore you.
I appreciate you guys. Sorry, I got a little sloppy there at the end. It was good until the end, guys. It's usually what happens. You miss one note, and then you're like trying to figure out, wait, how did I get back to that? It's a weird thing when you go from being very passionate in a moment and then slowing it down. Oh, good. I was just looking. I got this new thing where I can actually see if I have any dropped frames, and guess what? 0. I'm loving that. Let's see who's on over here. Dima, how you doing? Thanks for coming on. I'm telling you guys over on Insta, you should be over on YouTube. It just sounds so much better. Cross, thank you, my friend. And Michael, thank you. Michael said hi. I appreciate you, buddy. My buddy Michael's on. I love it. Michael comes on each week and he gives his well-being tips of the week, and I love them. It's just such an inspiring person. You know what? I love connecting with all the people I've been connecting with. I have to tell you, the support, it's an interesting thing. We don't get, well, at least I don't know about everybody else, but I don't get like the support from the people you're hoping to get the support from, which is the world, but you get the support from other positive people, other, I would say, light seekers and light bearers. They're just out there. They appreciate the messages. And like Michael, I love all of his stuff. And Luke, and like all of my friends on here on Instagram, on Facebook, and on LinkedIn, everywhere, that, we're all just like pushing each other forward. Can't tell you the amount of people are like, I got a good example. My buddy Luke, I haven't talked to him in a little while. He's out in China right now. And I sent him a note to one of his posts yesterday, and I just loved the post. I was like, awesome. And he wrote something back to me, and I didn't realize how much I needed that until he said it. He was like, just keep getting up and going every day. I see you. He's like, I see you. He goes, just keep going. Just keep getting up and going. Repetition, get up and going. I'm like, yeah, I say that on the show all the time, but you know what? It's nice to hear somebody else say, hey, Mark, good job. Just keep going. Just keep going. And that is something I think is amazing. I think it was about maybe 200 days in. I was in Florida. I was 150 days and I was in Florida. And I remember having a conversation with my father-in-law and my wife, and we were talking about what I'm doing here. And at the time, I think my wife was trying to understand. She's like, you could take a day off. Like, she was the first one that said, look, we're going away. I don't want you to be talking about that you're away and all this stuff. I think you should go and enjoy your vacation. You could take a break, and when you come back, you start Real Talk again. And I said, that's not how it works. I'm sorry, I got to do an hour a day while we're in Florida. And I didn't say that. I just said I have to do a show every day. And at that time, we're still calling ourselves a vlog. So it could have been 5 minutes. It just wound up I had Thomas B. Trusted on. I had a few different people actually on for guests. And before you know it, these are 45 to hour shows on a daily while I was away. And I think the bottom line is I'm sitting there and I was talking to my wife, talking to my father-in-law, my mother-in-law. And I remember my father-in-law looked at me and he goes, you know, you can't stop. I said, what? He goes, don't stop. I said, really? He goes, don't stop. He goes, what you're doing, just keep going. He goes, you can't stop. Don't stop. And it's funny because at the same breath, it's like you could take a break. And he saw it. He understood. He goes, he watched one of the clips. He goes, you know you can't stop. And I said, I know. And he goes, don't stop. If you stop, you lose your momentum. You lose your reason for being. I've been here 350 days in a row because honestly, guys, I'm nervous. I'm scared. If I miss a day, I may just never do it again. That's real. I may go and hide in a shell. I just miss a day, and then all of a sudden I say, it's over. I'm going to go hide in my shell again for the next 40 years. I did that for 40 years. I mean, not really. I mean, I was out there. I was writing music. I was trying to change the world with my songs. But now we're going to change the world with Real Talk. And it's just time. It's just time. I keep going over this. This is my reminder to myself. Whenever I get discouraged, whenever I start saying, like, when are people going to realize that this show exists? When are they going to start tuning in and telling their friends and saying, hey, I'll chat with you. Let's go on and chat with each other during the show. And let's send notes to Mark so we can bring them up. But it's going to happen. But when you start thinking about stuff like that, you start to discourage yourself. You start to say to yourself, maybe what I'm doing, maybe it's fruitless. Maybe I should stop. These thoughts start swimming around in this mind. This is why we talk about positive and negative and how gratitude can actually rewire your brain to be happier. Absolutely can. And I'm here on a daily basis rewiring my brain towards happiness, away from the negativity of the world, that negatube. It's funny, I'm sitting down with this guy today talking about Altice. He's telling me about, which package do you want? This one has 300 channels. This one has 400 channels. I said, I don't watch any of them. This is for my kids. So my kids can watch their cartoons. And I just need internet. My one question to you is this, sir. Is your internet fast enough so I don't freeze in the middle of a live stream? Because I have a talk show, and right now with Frontier, I gotta stop. I cannot deal with this Frontier. I'll be in the middle. The audio's super clean. It's working, but you're watching me, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, and then I'm moving again, and it's like, and then I'm moving again, and it's like, seriously? Like, what is the deal with that? So he said to me today that Optimum's wireless is so fast. I just give you an example. I did a speed test on this Frontier thing. It was like upload speeds of 2 point something and download speeds of like 27. This guy was like, yeah, you're going to get 35 on the download and then 300. 300. I'm like, I could probably go 1080p then. Because right now I'm doing 720p for you guys because I don't want to have any slowdowns. Yes. Cross said the mind is full of good thoughts. You know what the problem is? We are all so consumed and so enamored by everybody else around us. Oh, what that person has, I want. Ooh, why do they have it and I don't? Because that person earned it. That person found that uniqueness within them. They brought something to market, or they brought some value to a profession that put money in their pocket. It's not rocket science. They had something that equated to value. You've got that too. Now, a lot of us have some talents that really don't have a purpose in today's society. That being said, there is something that you can do. Harry, thank you for tuning in on Twitch. I appreciate you, buddy. Please subscribe. Ding the bell, my friend. I'm live every single day for the rest of my life. I say that, my wife's like, that sounds so corny. I'm like, but I'm going to do it. Like, yeah, maybe I'll be sick someday and I won't be able to actually go live, or nobody will want to see a sick guy out on. But my intention is to, every day I'm well, is to show up. And if I have a cold, I'm showing up. I have the flu, I'm showing up. Because I just want you guys to be inspired, to realize that you could do anything that you put your mind to. And I never thought it possible that I could go live every day forever. I didn't think I could do that. I'm just doing it. It's not about what you think you can do. It's about actually doing it. In my life, I could think of countless times you have a conversation with someone and they talk about the things that they're going to do. I'm going to go and do this, and I'm going to do that. Okay, when are you going to start? Well, next month, in 3 weeks. Oh, after I take a sabbatical. Next year, maybe after I get married. If you're not doing it now, you're never going to do it. Remember, you have one moment to live in. Everything else happened or may not even happen. This is it. This right now is it. There's nothing beyond, nothing before, just memories. Just memories. And by the way, such powerful memories. Memories that take us out of this moment. That's the intention of every thought that we have. All of our memories from yesterday, from last month, from our childhood. They take us out of this moment. They distract us from what really matters. It's making the most of the second you have right now, not thinking about what you could have done with the one you just passed up, or how you didn't get all of the work you wanted to get done yesterday. Get it done today. I told you, every night when you fall asleep, you should ask yourself one question. Did I bring it? Did I bring it today? I sleep like a baby every night because I go to sleep at peace because I know I did everything I could to help this world. Everything. More than I should. More than I should. Honestly. I'm doing more than I should. I told you, I'm balancing out. I got to rebalance. Because I can't focus 90% of my life on trying to change this world, to help this world. I got to focus on reality. Oh, I got to call you back, Jim. I'd love to bring this guy on. You know, something we're going to be doing here on the show we haven't done yet is bringing in phone calls live. I could do phone calls live here. I'll call him back. It's his cell phone anyway. Sorry, over on Insta, I didn't mean to drop you guys. We just got a phone call from someone. I got a special beat seat I'm building for someone, trying to get it done for Christmas, which we're running out of time, 9 days. And they're sending me materials. They want me special materials to be built for this one. I don't want to say anything more than that, but I'm very excited about the opportunity to build this, and it may lead to something. So anyway, guys, progress. You know how you get to progress? Action. Action. You can't do anything unless you start going. And I saw something earlier. My friend Luke popped something up. It made me just smile when I saw it. It said failure is not success. What did he say? Something about how failure is part of success, essentially. It's like there's no such thing as failure. You need to fail to succeed. And I have to actually read it. Actually, you know what? Maybe I could find it and read it to you because it was a great quote. Let me see. My buddy Luke put it up. He's my bud. And he's out there doing this crazy thing right now. He's going to be a kung fu master. And I'm really proud of him. But he popped this up, and let's see what it said. It was a great quote. Where are you, bud? Now I can't find it. That's always the way it works, guys. When you're looking for something, never find it. Never works that way. Let's see. Maybe it's a story. This is the best part of the show. Here we go. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. That's cool, right? Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of your success. You know, I'm always telling you that if you don't fail, you will never figure out what you're good at. Joe! My man, Joe coaches down in Atlanta right now. And by the way, just so you guys know, where I'm sitting right now, this is all compliments of Joe, the master. Joe was like, oh yeah, you want a studio? I got you. I'm like, what do you mean you got me? He's like, don't worry about it. I mean, check this out. I'm sitting here in my own studio because of Joe. Joe set it up, and he's a master. And I'm sitting here with studio lighting, and we've got mix board and 3 cameras shooting. You got the beat seat and everything because Joe had vision. And he said, you know what, Mark? I know what you need. We don't need to recreate the wheel. We don't need to recreate the wheel. Just get a microphone out there and a backdrop and push play. Let's go. Day 350 in a row. Let's make some magic happen. You know, this life is about making magic happen, right? I mean, we're talking about living your moment. The moment is the magic of life. It's like even if you had nothing, but you had clarity that this moment is all that matters and you lived your entire life with that knowledge, you'd be a happy person, I believe. I believe you'd be happy. You wouldn't be focused on the minutia. You wouldn't be focused on what you lost, what you didn't win, all your failures. You'd be thinking about only the good stuff. The moment. See, I got another call from someone. See, people are calling me right here during the day 350 in a row. What's going on, guys? Now, the thing is, you guys know this, like 30-something% of phone calls we receive now, robocalls. And my favorite one, GE Home Security. I don't need GE Home Security. I got ADT. Pashi's sending messages over here in Farsi. I love that. I don't speak Farsi, but you know what? Akbar's on. Whose Persian accent? My Persian accent's excellent. My Persian accent's terrible. I only know how to say shalom, hello, chatore. And that's only because my buddy Garci taught me that. He was like, yeah, this is how you say it. And Kazra taught me that as well. Kazra Zir. And, you know, I honestly wish I could learn more languages. That's the one thing. If I could go back and just spend a little extra time, I'd love to speak French. I'd love to speak Italian and Greek. It would just be nice to get around. You know, my father used to have this great joke. He said, I could speak a little bit of every language in the world, but Greek. I say, what? Yes, test me. I'd say, okay, how about Russian? Nah, that's Greek to me. I loved that joke. As a kid, that was my favorite joke. Oh, man. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, I really appreciate you, buddy. I got to tell you, Joe, you have this awesome energy about you, man. Like, I'm an energy person. You guys know that. I surround myself with people that make me feel great. And when I met Joe, every time I see Joe, it's such a great light within him, and it just comes out. Like, everybody who sees him just feels great when they're around Joe. And you know what? I think that's probably why Joe's, did what he did. He's extremely successful in the film and television industry because people buy from people. People want to work with others that make them feel great. And I think if you're out there trying to figure out how you get ahead in life, that's number one. Be a people person. Go out of your way to help. Don't be rigid. Be willing to listen. Open your ears. Remember, a helpful person can show value. All of a sudden, you need to be part of the picture. I need that person. They're valuable to me. And not everybody's a leader. Remember that. Not everybody's meant to be a leader. We need support. I think about this. I have a program here that eventually I'm going to need support. I'm going to need like an admin sitting in here that's popping stories over to me and taking phone calls. And who's on line 2? Oh, thank you, John. That guy's not going to be on the air. It's me on the air, but I need him feeding me information. Like, we need support. I'm hiring people for the Real Talk team. I need support. I can't sell real estate. I can only sell. Look, I talked to you about this, and this is my quote 2 weeks ago. We're all working with the same 24 hours. I only have 24 hours to carve out of. So if you want to see property from 3 to 5, and Jill wants to see properties at 3:30, what do? Sorry, Jill, you got to wait till 6. Or how about tomorrow? Or I have a team member who's going to take you, and he's going to show you exactly what you need. And remember, there's a very simple way to be a part of the Real Talk team. Number one is to contact me and to let me know what your interests are. Are you a realtor already and you're not satisfied with your performance? Are you looking to get into the real estate industry? Are you just looking for someone to motivate you and you just need someone to really put a spark plug underneath you on a daily basis? I mean, I just need an idea of where you're looking to grow, and then I think we could do some work together. I think, for me, I'm a face-to-face type of person. I want to have a conversation with you. I want to hear what you have to say, and I want to see if you're a fit for my team. I'm looking for people who want to give it to their clients straight. This show is about transparency. My business is about transparency. When you hire me to sell your home, you get to know what my mind is thinking about everything. Not just about the sale process, but also about your buy, also about the ups and downs of the inspection process, everything. I've got years and years of information just swimming around my head, and it doesn't come out until someone asks me the questions. It's like a dual-pronged thing. It's like I have all this experience for real estate, and I have no experience when it comes to what I'm talking about for Real Talk for 350 days, but what I'm saying is the truth because it comes from the universe, and I truly believe if you connect to that energy source, the answers are there. You don't even need to read them in a book. The answers are there. They're there to be plucked out of the sky. Where do you think the books came from? That's the thing I'm always trying to remind everybody. Like, where do you think these books came from? Someone at the beginning had the thought, wrote it down, and now we're talking about it. Oh, well, this is the way you do it. Yeah, because that guy thought about it. He plucked it out of thin air. And now it's part of our education. Oh, every year we're going to teach these core tentaments. Oh, well, where did this come from? Where did this tenement come from? Oh, well, this is Socrates, or where did he get this information? Who taught them what they came up with? Nobody. They were just connected. They were so connected. And the answers, the words came flowing out of them. I call it like the tap. You turn on the tap. How's that water? How's the water just coming out? All I did was do this. And the water's just coming out? Yeah. That's the way it happens. Philosophy. That's the way everything we know of today happened. Someone turned on the tap. The information came out. They were smart enough to catalog it. And now today we say that's the way it's done. But that person didn't go to school for that. Maybe they did, but the original guy just had the feeling. He felt it. He went for it. What was it? Einstein was a patent clerk, right? You don't know who you're going to be. You could grow up in a village in the middle of nowhere. You could grow up in Manhattan. You could grow up in the middle of Nebraska. You don't know if you've been tapped by the almighty spirit of the universe to be something bigger than that. You don't know. But I'll tell you, you'll never know unless you fail over and over. Don't forget that. Fail 1,000,000 times. Failure's living. Posse! Appreciate it. I got to get you guys over on YouTube because we got so many people on Instagram right now, and you guys are getting such horrible audio, and video is just not as clean. And over on YouTube, Joe's over on Facebook. That's a good feed as well. But Cross, Joe, Harry's over on Twitch too. Harry's got a nice thing going on because Twitch, you guys don't realize what Twitch, but Twitch is like a platform I just started doing, like when we started doing this on YouTube. And I got nobody following me over on Twitch yet. But I go live there every day. I'm going live on this VK Live. It's a Russian social media site. I don't even know if they speak English. I have no idea. But it allowed me to create a social media page to go live on. So if anyone in Russia is speaking English, maybe they're watching the Real Talk show in Russia. I don't know. We got to go worldwide with this, guys. The time has come. Instagram, we are 1 minute and 35 seconds away from completion. Everybody over here, you guys know you only get an hour on Instagram to broadcast, so we're officially at an hour. I hope you guys will join me over on YouTube because the show is not over yet. It's day 350. I can't just end at an hour. I got to go on for at least another hour. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going for a few more minutes, Joe, and I want you guys to make sure you follow me over on YouTube. So you're about to get knocked off in 1 minute and 7 seconds. So when I'm no longer on the screen, head over to YouTube, type in Mark Pires Real Talk, subscribe and ding the bell. And guys, we are 14 days away from New Year's Eve Real Talk. I'm thinking what we're going to do is two things. We're going to have a New Year's Eve Real Talk on the 29th, no, on the 30th. And then on the 31st, when we have our New Year's Day, Real Talk New Year's Day, we're going to start the show at 4 o'clock, and we're going to do a 10-second countdown into the new year during the show. How cool would that be? So I'm going to have I see we're just getting shut off. There we go, guys. Sorry, I lost you. I was trying to tell you. Hopefully they go over to YouTube. But I'm thinking that would be pretty cool. So we'll do like an actual countdown and see if we can, join each other here on the show. It'd be a pretty sweet thing for me. So hopefully you guys will be joining me for that episode. It's only 14 days away. I can't believe we're almost at a full year. And then I guess we just get to year 2, day 1. Oh, that died too, so they may not have even heard any audio there. Who knows? Anyway, I appreciate you guys. If you have any comments, you have any topics you want me to cover, just shoot them over. This is a daily variety show. Of course, we didn't get into any celebrity impressions today, but that's always on the rolls. All you have to do is ask. That's what we have to start doing. What celebrity impressions do you guys want to hear? Let's just start with that. You're like Jack Nicholson? You want to hear Christopher Walken, Al Pacino? I got to do some newer people too. Like, hey, let's do Laurel and Hardy. Come on. Anyway, let's see if anybody joins me over on YouTube from my Instagram feed, because they all just got kicked off. And it's a weird thing for me, guys. I went 318 days on Instagram giving them the best feed, doing an hour plus over there. And then now I just kind of drop out, and they're getting the worst feed ever. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. And let's see. Yeah, we're on right now still. We are officially live on all broadcasting networks. I did contemplate just like staying live for 4 hours, because you have a 4-hour cutoff here on Facebook. Like, maybe I'll just do my work from the studio and you guys just be on with me. I did want to have some a guest on today, or a phone call come in. I thought that would be kind of cool, so we could discuss some stuff. That's going to be a new thing. I got to get phone calls to come in. If I get some phone calls to come in, then we can really get into some things. Oh, Harry, thanks, buddy. Harry followed over on Twitch. That's what I'm talking about, people. Look, if you're not subscribed to this show yet, you're missing out, okay? Even just to know when it's live, so you can not be on the air. Anyway, Joe, I hope I get to see you soon, bud. And Mike and everybody else, Cross, thank you for tuning in as usual. You are the man. And Harry, thank you for tuning in and subscribing over on Twitch. I appreciate all of you guys, and I very much look forward to continuing this every single day. Tomorrow is just a measly day 351 in a row. And so, I don't know, guys. Should I play you one more song or something? Like, I don't want to go off the air. I want to stay on the air and keep talking and do a show or something a little bit more. I don't know. How about this? Let's do our smile game. Let's do the smile game real quick, because we haven't done this, but this is something that we are trying to see if we can make a reality. And I stopped doing it for a few weeks, but let's get into it, okay? So the idea is this. I saw this on Instagram, and I thought it was wonderfully brilliant. And this guy comes on, he goes, okay, so here's the game. You have to try to not smile, and if you smile, you lose. And the idea here that he's talking about, and this goes to my quote, is that smile has an energetic value, that it actually affects you, right? And so you could take someone's looking at you like this and then just turns a smile on, and it should affect an actual smile within you. And so let's try it today. I don't know if it's going to work. Guys, but let's see. Don't smile, okay? Did it do anything? A smile should make you feel better. I just want to go out and make people feel great. This is why I get up on a daily basis. It's just to get up and just make something happen. Make someone smile. Do something that makes someone smile today. That's what we all should strive for. Anyway, I'm dragging it, guys. I just don't want to get off the air. I just like staying on with you. I don't know what to tell you. 9 days from Christmas. 14 days from New Year's Eve, New Year's Eve, Real Talk. 15 days from New Year's Eve, New Year's. And then we start it all over. So see you guys tomorrow. That's Mark Pires.